Hello, everyone. Welcome to this webinar session of the Forum for the Future of Agriculture, regional edition on France. Our webinar today will be held in English and a French translation will follow on our website in the next days. So my name is Elodie Chancet, and today I have the pleasure to meet Adeline de Vriendt from MyEasyFarm and Jean Moreau from Phénix that are today in Paris to talk about the solution for an active contribution to a more sustainable agriculture. Adeline is the Chief Marketing Officer of MyEasyFarm, a certified platform for farmers, cooperatives, dealers, and ETAs for precision agriculture. MyEasyFarm platform allows to collect, organize, transfer, and analyze agricultural data to improve farming practices and reduce inputs. So working more on the production side of the food supply chain. And they are currently looking for funds for the future expansion of their services. Jean Moreau, on his side, is the CEO and co-founder of Phénix, a French startup which imagines solutions so that unsold goods never become waste through donation to association, resale to individuals with mobile application, reuse, animal feed, upcycling, all across Europe. Their clients include food superstores, convenience store, producer, manufacturers, and wholesaler across the whole supply chain. They are currently expanding their services across Europe, especially in Italy now. But before we get started, I would like to remind you that this video will be recorded and that you can easily chat with our speaker of the day through their respective online stand, which you will find on our website. I will share with you the links on the chat very soon. So Adeline and Jean Moreau, this morning we heard the messages held by Sophie Primat, the President of the Economic Affairs Commission, and Julien de Normandie, our French Minister of Agriculture, here at this forum, about the need for a fair, sustainable transition in agriculture practices, production and consumption. So to make the link with this morning, I would like to for you to share your business field perspective on what you would expect from these political instruments at the national and European level to facilitate this green transition. How would you envision the shift from current system to long-term sustainability criteria for the whole supply chain? More concretely, how can governmental entities today support you in your everyday mission? Before answering my question, please, we would like to hear more about yourself and the mission of your company. Adeline, maybe you can start, the floor is yours.
Good morning and thank you, Elodie. MyEasyFarm is a French agtech startup. We are expanding our business in France, in Europe, in Latin America, and in Russia. Our mission is to support farmers in their agroecological transition with two methods: precision farming and low carbon farming. How? With two specific software, MyEasyFarm and MyEasyCarbon. And to begin with MyEasyFarm, it's a software which helps practicing precision farming. And we can ask ourselves what is precision farming? And it's the ability for farmers to apply the right amount of seeds, fertilizers, water, phytoproducts in their fields at the right place at the right moment. And the goals are both increasing yields and also reducing inputs in the fields. And this farm management is more and more relevant in a context of high-priced fertilizers. But on one hand, to practice precision farming, farmers need a lot of field data available from satellites, drones, weather stations, field sensors. And on the other side, more and more farming equipment, such as tractors, sprayers, are connected and able to receive or deliver field data. So the role of MyEasyFarm is to link those data and farming equipment in order to implement precision farming strategy. It's the tool to collect and analyze data and maps per field and to transfer them easily to the farming equipment. So we have many machines partners such as John Deere, CNH, Echo, or Class. And our promise for farmers is to produce more with less, with an easy-to-use and safe-timer digital platform, is to optimize field level management with regard to crop science by matching farming practices more closely to crop needs, environmental protection by reducing biodiversity footprint, and also, and it is important, economics by boosting competitiveness through more efficient practices. And the other software is MyEasyCarbon, dedicated to low carbon farming. It is aimed to support farmers and manager projects from A to Z, their low carbon agri-food projects. But I will talk more about it later.
Well, thank you very much, Adeline. Would it be possible for you, Jean Moreau, now to introduce yourself and answer the same question?
Sure, of course. Hello, everybody. So I am Jean Moreau, one of the two co-founders of Phénix, which is a tech for good and a food tech startup created back in 2014 with the ambition to fight food waste at scale in Europe. And to do such a mission, we have a very simple job, which is connecting those who have too much with those who have not enough. So basically, our clients on the supply side are industrials, retailers, or any local store, local shop, local convenience store that has unsold products, products about to expire, products with a minor default of production, or sleeping inventories. And we make sure that those products are no longer destroyed, incinerated, landfilled through a classical waste management subcontractor, but we make sure that they have a second life. And what is second life? We have three channels of second life. First is the consumer. So we offer the consumer an app, a mobile app, that enables anybody to fight food waste at his level by saving baskets at a discount. The baskets that are between 12 to 15 euros, sold at 5 euros. So anyone can do his step against food waste. Secondly, apart from the consumers, we connect professionals with charities like food banks, the Restos du Cœur, Caritas, all the people, all the structures working with the people in need and developing solidarity rather than destruction. And third, after the consumers and the charities, we also plug animal feeding. What does it mean? It means that, for example, the fruits and vegetables or the bread from a big shop, big supermarket, can be given to a zoo, a farm, an equestrian center, also a farmer. So to feed his animals rather than filling the trash and rather than filling the bio-waste bin. So that's what we do at Phénix, connecting offer and demand on the unsold products. And it's basically circular economy put in practice. So waste is no longer a pain, it's a resource. It's the resource of the 21st century. And we make sure that nothing is lost and everything has a second life and everything is reused. That's our motto. And just to give you a taste of where we stand now, 7 years after the beginning of the story, we are one of the few startups that are very proud to walk on two legs. So we have a leg on traction, turnover, revenue, job creation, which is a classic KPIs of any company. And we created more than 200 jobs. We are almost at 15 million euros of revenues. But at the same time, we have a second leg, which is an extra financial one. And we are very proud of our extra financial impact, both social impact and environmental impact. So very proud at Phénix to say, since the inception of the project, we saved more than 150 million meals and a lot of CO2 emissions, because it's not well known, but if food waste were a country, that would be the third emitter of CO2 emissions right after the US and China. So we have also a big role to play in the fight against climate change.
Wow, that's impressive. Well, thank you very much for this explanation. Maybe you could help us to give an overview of what political instrument will help you in your mission, in your everyday life. How can government really assist you into your mission at the moment?
Thank you. What we could expect from farming policies to help green transition without penalizing farmers is to obtain more European standardization for the whole food chain, For example, with the creation of a European low carbon label, especially for field crop sector. Currently, a French low carbon label has been launched this year by the Agroecological Transition Ministry. It's a good start for decarbonization of field crop sector, but we need to go further with the standardization of the label at a European level. And this measure would provide an homogeneous production method with same agronomic levels. It would encourage farmers to develop low carbon projects in a fair market and would support carbon credit price. It would give a chance for French farmers to compete with their European counterparts. And this reasoning could also apply to other certifications, such as organic farming. And the second measure could be to include low carbon label to the next CAP as one of many ways to accelerate transition. And what could help a lot is an additional subsidy in CAP.
Well, thank you very much, Adeline, for these very insightful regards, because I understood that yourself, you are a farmer, so you really will understand the real struggle and the daily life facilities that could help you. So same question regarding on your side, Jean Moreau. I don't know if you have any insights regarding in which direction and which tools could help you in your mission to save food waste.
Obviously, I do have a lot of ideas to boost the fight against food waste at the European level. To be very clear, in France, we were helped by two main levers. The first one is a tax incentive, which enables our clients to collect up to 60% of the book value of the goods donated in tax credit, tax deduction on the corporate tax income. So basically, it's an incentive like that is very powerful, because in-kind donations are encouraged and are rewarded on the P&L, profit and loss impact. So and that's not new. It's a legacy from the past, from Coluche, la loi Coluche, back in 1983. So this is the first lever that could be pushed at the European level. The second one is a more coercive one. In mirror to this incentive, the tax incentive, you have a law banning food waste, which is called the loi Garot, from the name of one of our former Minister of Agriculture and Food. And what does it tell? It's a law banning food waste in all the supermarkets above 400 square meters. So we have the two levers, an incentive and a more coercive one. It has helped a lot. And basically my recommendation would be that those two regulations could be, I mean, they do exist in other countries, Spain, Portugal, for example, but they could be brought to the next level, to the European Commission, to the European level. And that will help a lot to fight food waste, because it has proved very powerful and efficient in France, not only to bring the market to maturity, but also to put a lot of spotlight on food waste. And it helped a lot in the evangelization part of this topic. And now for the consumers, it's very top of mind. On the political agenda, it's very high. It's a strategy. So yeah, France has 2 or 3 steps in advance for one time. So maybe we could be an example and make this regulation be deployed at the next level. That would help us a lot.
Well, thank you very much for this very wise comments. It's true that with the increasing population now and the increasing demand for food, tackling food waste issue is obviously a priority to set up on the right goals. Well, thank you very much for both of you for these very insightful comments. I would like now, if you don't mind, for you to share a good example, a good practice, a best story from your side about what you already achieved. So please, Adeline. if you can start again.
Yes, the best practice is the start of MyEasyCarbon last September, which highlights very well our mission and is in compliance with the low carbon label. As you may know, agriculture is the second greenhouse gas emissions, around 20%, but it is also an amazing sector for carbon storage in the soil. And that's why we are very proud to have created MyEasyCarbon, which provides carbon credits in exchange of changing agricultural practices. Indeed, the low carbon project consists in increasing carbon storage in the soil and reducing CO2 emissions in order to obtain carbon credits. And based on our software expertise, the key success of these tools are to be able to assess the carbon footprint in a field crop farm, to calculate potential gain of carbon credit, to be able to monitor the action plan all along the project, and at the end, to create carbon credits. But this is just the beginning for MyEasyCarbon. We are on our way to be certified. We have been selected by the World Economic Forum to be visible at the COP26. We are testing the tool in French farms, and we are already in discussion with project managers such as cooperatives and traders. It is important for us to support agroecological transition, but also ensure complementary incomes for farmers, and be supported by European national policies would be very helpful to succeed in this mission. So MyEasyCarbon, that's a good deal for the planet and for farmers.
Well, thank you very much, Adeline. And Jean Moreau, on your side, do you have another story to share with us?
A good example for us would be the fact that we have a couple of stores, almost 100 ones, that are zero waste stores, client stores. So how do we do? Retailers like Leclerc, Intermarché, Carrefour, or any European retailers, they have products about to expire at day -3, day -2, day -1 versus expiry dates. And so what we offer at Phénix is we plug our 3 solutions. We do anti-waste baskets with products that are on the D-date for consumers. We give the bulk of the unsold products to charities. And then we spare the rest, like fruit and vegetables that are too ugly or too tired to be eaten by human people, or the unsold products from the bakery, from the bread, and we give it to a zoo, a farm, and a Christian center. So we have those 3 channels, and when we plug the 3 solutions, then we have nothing left in the bio-waste, and we reach this zero waste ambition, zero bio-waste at least. You still have cardboard, paper, metal cans, but you don't have any bio-waste at the end of the day after those 3 channels of Second Life, circular economy in real life. And we hope there will be a new standard in the coming years, that zero food waste will be a global ambition and a kind of a standard and not the exception. So that shows how powerful can be circular economy and how powerful can be a zero waste strategy.
Well, that's quite impressive and both ambitious. So this sounds really nice, and we really wish to hear more from it in the future. Unfortunately for us, we will need to stop because of timing, but the conversation continues today. For each of you, you can easily reach our startups through the platform and through their online stands. You can find the respective link on the chat. I can share it again with you. Our next section of the day is going to take place in a minute, and I invite our online guests to go back to the auditorium and to click on the link for the next session on forestry and climate change. Finally, I would like to address a warm thank you to our speakers of the day, Adeline and Jean. It has been a pleasure to meet you, and I hope to see you very soon. Thank you all very much, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day.